Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to study English literature. Today our topic is The Jumping Hat. This is the second chapter of our book. The first one is not included in our syllabus, so we are going to start from the second one. This story is about a boy called Harry and his old straw hat. Or you can say his jumping hat. Now I'm going to start reading and I'll read the first page of this chapter and I want you guys to read it with me. Then later I'll explain this page to you. Okay, start reading. Harry plopped his old straw hat on his head and went for a walk. After a while, he sat on a big rock to rest. He took off his hat and laid it on the ground. Up jumped his hat, up jumped Harry, but he did not catch his hat. Okay, Harry is a small boy who decided to take a walk. And before going out for a walk, he plopped his old straw hat on his head. Plop means to place something with a loud short noise. I'll let you guys know how an old straw hat looks like. Then after placing his old straw hat on his head, he went out for a walk. Okay, do you guys know whenever we are going somewhere out, we put on our shoes, our slippers, or whenever it's cold outside, we wear our jackets or our mufflers, and whenever it's hot and it's daytime, we wear a hat or a cap in order to protect our hats from direct sunlight. So Harry did the same. It was hot outside and it was sunny, so he decided to wear a hat. Okay. Then after some time, when Harry became tired, he decided to take some rest and he sat on a nearby rock. And then, in order to become comfortable, he took off his hat and placed it on the ground just beside himself. After some time, a voice came. Pop, pop. Then Harry turned his head and he saw his hat jumping upward. Harry started following his hat and he jumped after it. But unfortunately, he could not catch his hat. This is how a straw hat looks like. A straw hat is made up of straw-like material and it is designed to protect our hats from sunlight. The hat jumped over a toadstool. Harry jumped over a toadstool. The hat jumped through a patch of violets. Harry jumped through a patch of violets. Okay, so as Harry's hat jumped over a toadstool, Harry jumped over it too because he wanted to catch his hat and he wanted his hat back. So he followed his hat and then the hat jumped over a patch of violets. Harry jumped through a patch of violets too. Toadstool is a kind of a mushroom which is highly poisonous. Violets are bluish purple flowers. Maybe you guys have seen these kind of flowers and they are mostly found in a patch or in a bundle. Bundle means when something is more than one. Bundle mean when you find something in a huge amount or in a huge quantity. I'll show you guys how a toadstool and a wallet looks like. This is how a toadstool looks like. They can be found in other colors too. This is how a patch of violets looks like. The hat jumped across a stream on 3 flat rocks. Harry jumped across the stream on the rocks. Splash! Harry missed the last rock and fell into the stream. Harry saw his hat disappear into a hollow log. Okay, so when Harry's hat passes through the patch of violets, it crosses a stream of water by the help of 3 rocks. Harry tried to do the same in order to catch his hat, but unfortunately he missed the last rock and fell into the water with the sound of splash. And then Harry saw his hat disappearing into a hollow log. Disappear means to become invisible. Means something that cannot be seen anymore. Hollow means empty. Now I'll show you guys how a stream and a hollow log looks like. This is a stream of water and you guys may see some flat rocks present in it. This is a hollow log. As you guys can see, it is empty from inside. He ran to the other side of the log and waited. Out jumped the hat right into Harry's hand. Harry looked under his hat and laughed. "I'm sorry, Frog, you can't have my hat. You will have to find your own hat." And the fat green frog hopped away. Okay, so when Harry saw his hat disappeared into the hollow log, he went to the other side of the log and spread his hands and waited for his hat to come out of the log. When his hat came out of the log, it leans into Harry's hand. Then Harry looked under his hat and then he found a fat green frog. He laughed and said sorry to the frog, and he said that the frog can't have his hat because it was his hat, and the frog will have to find a new hat to live in that. Then the fat green frog hopped away. Hop means to move from one place to another quickly by jumping on one's feet.